Hey guys, thank you for joining me here on Tejano Keyboard once again. Today we're going to talk about modes and their implications in Tejano music. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the modern modes, the most popular ones. There's other alterations to these modes that exist. If you're really gonna get dive into a lot of like the jazz sort of theory, which I highly recommend. Something that I personally am trying to dive into. Listening to a lot of these jazz guys, not just keyboard players, horn players. I've been on a real big Charlie Parker kick lately. I suggest you check some of them out. Piano players, listen to Michel Camilo. If you like Latin jazz, listen to a bunch of different guys. Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea. I could go on forever. Corey Henry. All these guys are really great piano players. But listen to the horn players. They do some interesting things. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. Let's start with the modes, and just to kind of give you an explanation, modes are basically scales that are related to a major key or to a certain key signature. And so in order of the major scales, we have Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Okay, so Ionian is a fancy way to just say major scale. So we'll take all of these examples in C again. So okay, and these are all going to be related to C. Okay. So now we're going to go up one step and play Dorian based off of the D scale. Okay. Okay, now if you guys know, D has a D major has the thirds. There's one sharp and a sharp in the seventh, but we're gonna flatten the third and the seventh, so you get, excuse me. Okay. That's your Dorian scale. Okay. Now, next we have your Phrygian scale, and Phrygian has a flat 2, a flat 3, and a flat 7. So let's take it in E. E Phrygian, which is the same as C. You're going to start on the 3rd degree. Okay, because E would usually have F sharp, G sharp. We're getting the 2 and the 3 and flatten those. And then 6 and 7 are also going to be flat. So you're going to have, okay, that one's E Phrygian. Next is F Lydian, okay, and that one's going to have a sharp 4. Okay, because in F you have the B flat and the 4, right? But this one's going to have a sharp 4, so. Okay. Okay. Next one is going to be Mixolydian. Mixolydian is okay. That's in the G Mixolydian is related to C, right? We're in the 5th degree here. It has a flat 7th. Okay, moving onward, the Aeolian scale has a flat 3 and a flat correction, flat 6, flat 7th. Okay, and that's basically your natural minor scale. Okay. based off of A. And then lastly, we have Locrian, which is based off of, we're going to do B Locrian, which is based off of the C key signature of C, which has no sharps, no flats. Okay. Now, the way that I like to practice these are actually in order from brightest to darkest, and I do that in each key given the characteristics. So let me explain what I'm talking about. We're going to go to C, and instead of moving the modes up, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, so on and so forth, instead of doing it like that, it gives you a better idea of the characteristics of each mode and how they sound within a root note as opposed to a key signature. So for example, I'm going to do this next part here all in C, but I'm going to be paying attention to the characteristics. So if I wanted to play C Lydian, okay, C Lydian will have one sharp in the fourth, which is the same as the G key signature, okay? So I'll play C Lydian, it'll be like this. Raise 4. What's that? Oh, yeah. Right? The Simpsons theme song is based off of Lydian. Oops. Something like that. I'm just hearing it. I've never actually learned it or anything. But anyways, so next we're going to go one step down and bring down that 4, that sharp 4 to all natural, which is your C major, right? Excuse me. Okay, so we went from to. Now we're going to take it one step down and bring and flatten the 7th to make it Mixolydian. So now we have. Okay. Now we're going to flatten the 3rd and keep the flat 7th from before, and that's going to be Dorian. Okay. Aeolian is going to be our natural minor. We're going to have a flat 3, flat 6. Okay. Phrygian's going to have a flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Okay. And then Locrian is going to have flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, and flat 7. Okay, now, so all of them all together in the key of C, or not in the key of C, but rather with a C root note, Lydian, Ionian, Mixolydian, okay, Dorian, okay, Aeolian, okay, Phrygian, Locrian. Okay, so that's the way I like to practice them, and in all the keys too. So let's take another key. Let's take C sharp, D flat. Okay, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, sharp 4. Okay, and now we're gonna do that was Lydian. Now Aeolian. Okay, Mixolydian. Okay, Dorian. Aeolian. Let's see. Aeolian's gonna have a flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Okay. Now we're going to have a Phrygian, which is flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6. Okay. Excuse me, I didn't do the flat 5. Or wait, there's not a flat 5. Okay, I'm in Phrygian. Here, let me back up for a second. Okay. Flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Okay. And then Locrian. Okay. Which is the same as D. Okay. Now, there's one more that I like to practice, and that one's called Super Locrian, or the altered scale. Sometimes people call it the diminished whole tone scale. And, well, let me explain how to do it first, and then I'll explain how to, or why people call it what they call it, okay? So, let's take it back to the C root, okay? Super Locrian is going to have a flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6, and flat 7th, okay? Okay. Okay. Now, they call it Super Locrian because it's like Locrian, but it also has a flat 4th, because Locrian is just a flat 2, flat 3, regular 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, then the octave. Okay, so now that it's one step below that. It's probably about the darkest mode you can think of. It's called the altered scale because it fits over all of the altered dominant chords. We'll get to some examples of that in a second. And lastly, they call it the diminished whole tone scale. As you guys have seen in previous videos, the diminished starts with half step, whole step, half step, okay? Half step, whole step, half step, and then from here it's a whole tone scale. The intervals are all a whole step apart. Okay. Now, for example, let's take the one D, just to change it up. Right, D, flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, and then the octave. Okay, now over here in the harmony, I'm playing, for example, a raised 5, dominant 7th, and let's see, this would be raised 9. So raised 5, raised 9. Okay. Okay, if I were to do a flat 5, let's see here. If I were to do flat 5, raised 9. Okay, what I'm trying to get at here is that this scale, okay, here's your root, here's your flat 9, your raised 9, okay, your raised 4, or it could be your flat 5, has your raised 5, so flat 5, raised 5, has your, let's see, this would be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let me think here. Oh, this would be your raised 5, okay? Okay, I messed this up here. You'll have to excuse me, okay? So you have a raised 9, excuse me, a flat 9, raised 9. You have your sharp 11, okay? You have your flat 5, raised 5, dominant chord, dominant note, and then the octave. So once again, your ninths, your sharp 11, and your altered fifths, flat 5, raise 5. Yeah. Okay. So sorry that I kind of got confusing there for a second, but so you can use that over any altered 5s. So if I'm playing in the key of G, right? Okay, one more time. Or so that's how you can use the super Locrian, and the rest of the modes are basically just to kind of go back and touch base on some of those. Like if you're gonna play, we're already in G, right? So if we're gonna go to A, which is your 2 chord, you're playing A Dorian. Oh, excuse me. Then D is your D Mixolydian. Then your G Aeolian. Your 3, sorry, your 6 would be the same as your Aeolian, which is your minor scale in E. And then yeah. So if you were to go to, if you're doing a 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 3 would be right here, which is the same as Phrygian. Phrygian would be starting on the B. E would be Aeolian. Dorian. Mixolydian. And then back to Ionian. Okay. So hopefully that explained modes good enough for you. Thank you once again, and keep practicing. If you guys have any questions regarding these modes or their implications in Tejano music, give me a line, send me an email at tejanokeyboard@gmail.com. All right, thanks. Bye.